So today at the shack, we're going to take these lovely looking pack of ribs and we're going to turn them into these beautifully tender, tasty and juicy Chinese style char siu spare ribs. Let's get cooking. Welcome to the shack, and today we are talking pork ribs. Now I know we've recently done ribs on this channel, but I was out shopping the other week and I came across these and I couldn't help myself. These are product of the USA, St. Louis cut spare ribs. These were from a budget supermarket in the UK called Farm Foods. These are the Swift brand and they are imported from America, so they are official American meat. So what I thought we'd do with them today is get them all sliced up individually and get them coated in a Chinese style char siu marinade, pop them on the Weber kettle and cook them till they're nice, crispy and tender. Yes, the irony is not lost on me that the first time I've cooked an official American meat, I'm using it to make a Chinese recipe. But there you go. Maybe I'll make Texas style ribs next time. Let's get to it. Right, first off, we have to make our marinade. So grab yourself a nice big bowl and we're going to go in with half a cup of light soy sauce, a tablespoon each of a pureed garlic and ginger paste, half a cup of brown sugar, a tablespoon of sesame oil, half a cup of oyster sauce. I'll pop all the ingredients in the description as well. So 1/4 cup of hoisin sauce, 2 tablespoons of Chinese 5-spice, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, and the final ingredient, but this is totally optional, but if you want your ribs to have that nice deep red colour that you get from a Chinese takeaway, this is some red food colouring. Give that a bit of a mix. Okay, set that to one side and we'll have a look at this meat. We have our St. Louis ribs. We'll get these opened up. These look pretty nice. Dry them off a bit. As you can see, there's a membrane. You could leave this on. I think I'll take it off. Just get a blunt knife, like a butter knife. Just teases under the skin. Should come off fairly easy. Like I say, you can leave this on if you don't want to mess, but I always take it off, so it's more of a habit now. Now I was thinking of leaving these as a whole rack of ribs to start with, but I think to get our marinade to penetrate all around them, we best chop them up. And then that should get the most flavour. So we'll get these cut. There's all our ribs cut, so we'll just pop them in our marinade. Just turn them around, get them nice and coated. Right, that's all our meat and its sauce. So we're going to cover them and put them in the fridge. I would say leave them at least 4 hours, but we're going to leave them overnight. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so here are our ribs. They've been marinating overnight in the fridge, and as you can see, they've taken on a lovely dark mahogany colour. Hopefully lots of flavour as well. So I reckon we get the grill fired up and get them cooking. Let's get to it. We're going to be using the Weber kettle for today's cook, and as you can see, I've lined it with a bit of foil and a drip tray, as I think this could be a bit messy. At the back you can see I've got a load of lump wood charcoal unlit, so I'm going to add this small charcoal chimney full of briquettes, and as those briquettes burn down, they'll light the lump wood and it should give us more charcoal for a slower and a slightly lower cook. Let's get our meat on. So I'm going to start the ribs on the indirect side. Then when they're almost done, I'll take them over onto the charcoal and get them nice and charred. But for now, I think we'll shut the lid down and leave them for about 30 minutes. See you in a bit. So as our ribs are cooking away, I thought there's a lot of sauce left here, or marinade left here. So I figured let's make a nice glaze to go on top of the ribs. Set up a saucepan and pour in we've got our glaze, and we'll add in about half a cup of brown sugar. So we want this to be a sticky glaze. Probably about a quarter cup of sherry, or if you haven't got sherry, white wine vinegar would do just as good. And we'll get that cooked away to reduce down, melt the sugars, and obviously cook up any of the raw pork meat that's left. So we'll give that a few minutes to thicken. Okay, that's starting to look good. Give it a little try. Ooh, tasty. That'll do me. Okay, these ribs have had just over an hour now, so let's have a look. Wow, they're looking good. And they're probably 80s to about 90 degrees C. So I think we'll go on with our sauce. Yes, I'm definitely glad I put the foil down. Saves me the job scraping this kettle clean. Right, I'll give those about 10 minutes, then flip them over and do the other side. Right, these ribs have had almost 2 hours now, and they're looking gorgeous. They smell amazing. So I think I'm going to take them off and we'll do a bit of taste testing. Can't wait. See you in a minute. Well, okay, there we go. A mini mountain of pork ribs. Thrown on some scallions or spring onions. Just a bit of garnish, a bit of health. Make you feel a bit healthier. But these smell amazing and they look gorgeous, so I'm going to have to jump in and try one of these. Oh yeah. They're very juicy. Yeah. I've got a nice bite on them. It's not falling off the bone, which is what I wanted. They taste just like what you get from Chinese. Definitely recommend doing these. Yeah, I mean, that's got a real tang to it. And those are lovely. Those are pretty, I couldn't have asked for any better. Well, that's a very successful cook. It's taken about 2 hours to cook. Obviously we had to marinate it overnight. Well, I'd certainly recommend doing that because you get the depth of flavour coming in. Yeah, I would recommend giving them a try. If you do try this recipe at home, why not let me know in the comments how you get on. So if you enjoyed this video, maybe think about giving it a thumbs up, or possibly consider subscribing if you'd like to see more videos like this. Now, I'm off to eat some more ribs, so until the next time, you take care now.